In a cozy little town called Willowbrook, there lived a curious girl named Imani and her mischievous younger brother, Calvin. They loved their parents deeply, but sometimes it felt like mom and dad just didn't understand them. One morning, Imani was furious. Her mom had forgotten to pack her favorite snack in her lunchbox, even after she'd asked 3 times. How could she forget? Imani fumed. Meanwhile, Calvin was upset because Dad wouldn't let him go to a sleepover. He's so unfair. Calvin grumbled. That evening, after dinner, Mom and Dad sat the kids down. They looked tired but loving. Can we talk for a minute? Mom began. Why should we? Imani muttered under her breath, crossing her arms. Dad sighed gently. Imani, Calvin, we know we don't always get things right. The truth is, being a parent doesn't come with a guidebook. We're learning as we go, just like you are. But you're the parents. You're supposed to know everything, Calvin blurted out. Mom smiled. That's what we thought before we became parents. But then we realized something. Just like you don't always know how to do everything at school or with friends, we don't always know the perfect thing to do as parents. Imani frowned, thinking about her forgotten snack. But you don't listen sometimes. Like when I told you about my snack. I'm sorry about that, Mom said softly. I was rushing that morning and didn't realize how much it mattered to you. But, Imani, you didn't remind me again that morning. If you'd said something, I could have fixed it. And Calvin, Dad added, I didn't let you go to the sleepover because I heard the weather was turning bad, and I didn't want you to get stuck in a storm at someone's house. But I didn't explain that, did I? Calvin shook his head. We make mistakes too, Mom said. But when we mess up, we need you to talk to us, calmly. Help us understand what you need and how you feel. Imani bit her lip. So, you're still learning. Every day, Dad said with a chuckle. Sometimes we get it wrong, but we always love you and want what's best for you. Calvin sat up straighter. So if we feel upset, we should tell you. Yes, Mom said. And if we don't explain something well, you can ask us. We're a family. Talking things out makes us stronger. That night, Imani and Calvin snuggled in bed, feeling lighter. I guess Mom and Dad aren't superheroes, Calvin whispered. No, Imani said, but they're trying their best, like we are. I think that's pretty cool. From that day on, their family worked on communicating better. Whenever there were mistakes or misunderstandings, they talked them through. They forgave, they learned, and they grew together. After all, Imani and Calvin realized they only had one mom and one dad, and love was too important to let mistakes get in the way.